I know you meant my tags. What about them? What's wrong with my tabs? Yes. Yes, I am blind. Is there something wrong with that? Would you like to explain to the class what you have against my blindness? How can you see my messages with my eyeballs? The same way everybody else does. How can you read chat? Well, okay. So in kindergarten, they taught us how to write our own names and stuff, right? I think that's when they also started teaching us how to read. And you might have skipped that. You might have skipped that class somewhere. But yeah, they taught us how to read in elementary school. So hope that clears it up. Bro, blindness is anything from 2200 or worse in your best eye with correction. Do you want to fucking try to mansplain something else to somebody that knows more about it than you do? Or are you gonna keep yapping your fucking mouth? You got any more stupid questions, or do you want to keep wasting my time? You got anything else you want to ask me that you could ask Google, or do you want to keep wasting my time here? Yeah, it definitely 100% is your bad. But apology is not accepted. Maybe like try asking, semi-constructive questions like, oh, hey, I noticed your tabs say you're blind. I was under this impression. Do you mind letting me know more about this topic instead of being a fucking dick? I'm here to ban. They're probably gone anyway. If they're still here, I'd be surprised. I thought that wasn't a first time chat, was it? You've been here since February? Account created in February. Almost a year. Would you kindly please forgive me for my sin committed? It's fine, just like, bro. If you go in on the offense, you're going to upset people. I'll give you credit for sticking around after I was being an absolute cunt. I'll give you that at least. Doesn't I have a chat though? That's fair. I am not a first time chatter. I know that's what I was saying. I'm surprised. Usually people like weed themselves out by now if they... Dude, I genuinely don't even know if it's that people don't believe I'm blind, but like every time they come in here saying like, if you're blind, how are you doing this? If you're blind, how are you doing that? And it's just like, you come in on the offense expecting a certain answer. Watching your stream for 2 weeks. I appreciate it, dude. I do. But it's just like one of those things of like, if you come in saying things, you literally said, bro, blindness is XYZ. It doesn't matter. If you didn't know, then you should have just asked and you shouldn't have told me what blindness was. Like, there's a difference between wanting to be educated and learning about a disability versus coming in on the offense. And you were coming in on the offense. I'm going to treat you as such. I'm not going to hold it against you if you want to just put this behind us and move on and, like, keep hanging around and enjoying streams or whatever. But, like, specifically saying blind people are called blind because they can't see. Like, you literally just tried to mansplain blindness to me. Literally mansplained blindness inaccurately, might I add. Versus just being like, hey, I am not knowledgeable in this topic. Can you please educate me? Or go Google it. I don't know. And the problem with people Googling it, though, is that then they come back and they're like, well, that's legal blindness. I'm talking about actual blindness. And it's like, they're the same thing. Hey, Wedge. Thank you for the 27 months.
Wedge underscore 471 has resubbed for 27 months with messages troll 29 peak. Wedge underscore 471, the master of the subtlest troll 29 peak. How thrilling. I'm on the edge of my seat. 27 months of this groundbreaking insight, we're all richer for it. Keep your brilliance coming. It's the highlight of my chaotic existence.
Alright. Asking a genuine question is very different from being accusatory and ableist. Yeah, pretty much. Count your days. Don't count his days. It looks like my network is holding up pretty good. Have you guys had any buffering issues? I'm probably going to be running this for like an hour or two. Good for me. Yeah, everything looks good. I updated my... So Armory Crate, which is like what you typically use with Asus motherboards, doesn't automatically... I'm going to take a moment before I respond. Chat, you're free. Chat, you can take a crack at it if you want to. I'm done. No, so the Armory Crate, which is what you use for Asus boards. Yeah, you guys can have fun. I gave you permission. No. Apparently you have to use Asus Driver Hub if you actually want to update your fucking drivers, which is stupid. Why are there two separate programs? They do the same thing. So I updated my network card, I updated my audio driver, and I updated my CPU. So here's hoping that this actually... Because someone who had less upload speed than I do was able to multi-stream, so I'm like, let me look into this. I don't usually like encourage like bullying or like, please, that's the thing here. We're not bullying. We're not like attacking anybody. But you saying you knew that there was not that much to blindness and you were defining what you knew, that's not what you fucking did, dude. You said bro, which indicates you're being condescending off the bat, or that you're being like, bro, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, bro, Like, it's not, you don't start a sentence off with bro if you're just being like, hey, I thought what you should have said is like, I thought blindness was X. Is that not correct? Or can you please tell me what you know blindness to be? You were literally mansplaining. You were mansplaining blindness. Now you're mansplaining what you were doing by mansplaining. This is honestly just, dude, I'm so sick of this shit, guys. I'm sorry that the active retina detachment that is in my eye right now and my layers upon layers of scar tissue, glaucoma, and trauma do not meet your criteria for what you personally think blindness should be. Phrase things in a conversation, not like, what can get me slapped in the face the fastest? Imagine mansplaining on Women's Day. Oh my god. Dude, I'm fucking... Like I said, I'm willing to just forget about it and move on. However, I feel like I shouldn't. I feel like I've gotten far enough in my streaming career at this point where I need to stop taking shit from people like this. Think you left, so fuck them. Oh my god, thank you. I don't... Yeah, you're right. We should stop. We should start sitting our fucking ground with this shit, dude. Because here's my fucking problem, right? I don't like... It is really hard to fucking manage this shit. It's really hard to manage this shit as a streamer. Because I don't think we should be bullying people. I don't think we should be attacking people. I don't think we should do any of that. However, at some point, when do you draw the line? Hello, hello. I'm not actually here. I actually unmuted because somebody was being a dick. So, hi, welcome. This isn't a real stream. I might stop talking very quickly. But you can come back tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow at noon, MST. But no, it's hard because like I don't know what I'm supposed to do in your life, dude. It's not your job to put up with that kind of bullshit and educate the morons. I know. Can't you scold me in the same way? Dude, you don't deserve it. Unless we're talking about you not donating to the subathon, then I guess I could scold you a little. No kidding. Again, I gotta stop making those jokes because someone's gonna take it seriously. They're gonna come in here, they're not gonna know any context. I'll still follow, thank you. Thank you guys for the follows, I hope you're doing well. Oh, good news, chat. So far my kidneys are still stable. Well, I guess I can just tell you guys about the fucking ER yesterday. Or the day before, or whatever it was. Whenever the fuck I went. Kidneys are still good. Liver is still good. All of my levels are fine. So the issue with the ER, it wasn't actually, so what the problem was is that there's a problem with a lot of like medical professionals talking to you like you know everything that they're talking about. And why aren't you guys fucking doing your, oh no, are we out of room? Shit. Oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck. There's an issue with medical professionals talking to you like you know everything. And because of that, I misunderstood what she was trying to tell me. We'll get better soon. I am too. I think we're getting close. But there's a few things that don't do their job and explain literally nothing in terms the patient can understand. Yeah, so there's literally all of my O2 stats from a point of care panel were atrocious. It wasn't just one, there was like 3 different things that were off for my O2 specifically. And the first thing that like ticked me off, right? Every time you do that, go away, it scares me. I'm like, and it also like just gets me in that FOMO of like, what is he doing? What is it? What is it? Don't worry, no, you're fine. No, you're okay. You're okay. I'm not complaining. I'm glad that you asked first. It's very polite. But so basically, I don't know. So basically, she comes in, and after I'd already seen my blood work, seeing one, there's still blood in my urine, and it's actually more. Usually it just says trace amounts of blood. The other day it said small, so like it graduated. At least in my most recent ER visit, when I went in with a fever, they actually checked my vitals more than once. But so they ran blood work. They did orthostatic vitals, or postural, or they did like postural orthostatic vitals. And I'm sure Nate knows why that's stupid. I'm sure Nate knows why that's stupid for the ER to do, but they're like, oh my god, your orthostatic vitals are great. And I'm like, no, they're not. They were for the 5 seconds that you tested me. They also have you go from laying to sitting to standing, instead of having you go from like laying to standing. So it evens out. But what it is what it is. I started to feel better on the way to the ER. However, the top of my, this is weird to explain, the top of my brain felt cold. It felt like pressure in my head. And then like parts of my face were tingling. And then like my hands and my feet were freezing. So I was like, this is 100% like a blood flow issue. It has to be. I don't know what else it would be. I keep denying that it's my POTS, no matter how much even ChatGPT is like, it could be your POTS. And I'm like, I don't think it works like that. These aren't my usual POTS symptoms. And so I'm like, all right. And so like, we do all the blood work. We do all that stuff, go over everything. And she comes back and she goes, great news. Your labs are great. Your labs are normal. And I'm like, no, they weren't. I was like, so what about all of these abnormal markers? And she's like, oh, that test is unreliable. And I was like, then why did you run it? And she's like, well, because it sees if you have like carbon monoxide poisoning or something. And so I was like, okay. And then I was like, all right. And she's like, well, if you faint or you have a seizure, or she didn't say faint, she said if you pass out or have a seizure, come back and we can rerun your labs. And I was like, what is that going to do? What is rerunning my labs going to do? So the fact that I didn't actually fully lose consciousness and I took measures to make sure that I did not lose consciousness, I'm fine? And she was like, well, We'll find out. She's like, well, if ugh, the dizzy spells are coming back, but she's like, well, you know, people. Oh, this is Nate. This might piss you off. I don't. It kind of pissed me off specifically because of people that go through what you did. She's like, well, people with conditions like POTS, they learn to manage it and know when they're about to have a flare and take steps accordingly to manage those flares. And I was like, the hell they do. I was like, what the fuck? I don't think managing a condition is being bedridden for years. I don't think you can predict when you're gonna fucking faceplant. I was just like, and on the way back, because I was talking to Steve, I was like, when you have people like what Nate has gone through, and like you sit there and tell them that like a condition is manageable and predictable, I was like, that's such bullshit. And Steele was like, I can definitely see where you're coming on that one. Well, actually, I can predict the faceplant because I can feel it coming on. Yeah, but you can't predict it like, oh, I'm probably gonna faceplant today. Said you can cope with it, but yeah, it's not manageable and it flares up whenever the fuck I feel like. Yeah, so basically, she wasn't saying that. She was saying like, you're not having a heart attack, and you're not in immediate life-threatening danger. So, good luck, because like, this is kind of a medically challenged area. They have like a full-blown place where I would go to get like actually hospitalized. I don't even know where one is. you can have surgeries and get hospitalized here, but like they don't have specialists on call like you would see in like you would see on fucking House or Grey's Anatomy or whatever. They don't have specialists that just exist in the ER. I can see the ground coming up to meet me. Get on my level. So I'm trying to be like super vague without like giving people too much information, but like whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, so it's one of those things where like they basically told me, they're like, these are your two options. You need to go to like one of those fancy like high level hospitals that you have to like travel out of state for in order to like be able to like have someone like the real life Dr. House look at you. And I was like, I don't think whatever I have going on is like quote unquote real life Dr. House level. I'm pretty sure that whatever's going on is pretty simple and straightforward, but you guys won't test for it. But before she even I was just like, I was kind of shut down and just like crying because I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Either Flora give me a kiss. I was just like, the IV fluids did help a little bit. It only helped for like 24 hours. I'm getting pretty close to being in the same spot now, which is why I'm like starting to kind of suck it up and be like, okay, maybe this is POTS. Hey, Cletus. So like, I don't know. I do have the delayed gastro thing. I have to talk to the doctor to see when they want to test to see if it's actually gastroparesis or if it's just really delayed. So I have that. That one I know, because we got that confirmed. There is irritation in my stomach lining, and the biopsies were sent off. So we'll find out about that soon. I think the name of this place. I'm starting to get, between the ultrasound tech that tried to take away my endometriosis diagnosis, well, pending diagnosis. It was technically a diagnosis. I had 3 gynecologists be like, yeah, you probably have it. But then like, Yeah, she also proceeded to dig around in my uterus for like 20 fucking minutes trying to get my right ovary to image. And then she was like, "Great news, you don't have endometriosis." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Well, usually like when people have endometriosis, I can't measure their lining and like your lining is perfect." And I was like, "I think you're getting it confused with adenomyosis." I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. I was like, "I think you're getting it confused with adenomyosis. You can't see endometriosis on an ultrasound because endometriosis specifically grows outside of the uterus." I was just blown away. And then she spends like, it probably wasn't actually 20 minutes. She spends a good long period of time digging around trying to image my right ovary because the scar tissue from the, get this, endometriosis, the scar tissue from it was like on my ovaries. So it was pulling my ovary behind my uterus, which isn't completely abnormal. However, it is abnormal for the scar tissue to pull it back there and it not just wiggle around because it feels like it. And then I asked her at one point, I was like, "Oh, did you see anything interesting?" And she's like, "Oh, I can't say." And so I was like, "But you can tell me that I don't have endometriosis, but you can't tell me if you saw anything interesting?" Like, that would just extra piss me off, honestly. I want to go to a different. So here's the plan right now. I have to call nephrology back on Monday because obviously there is something going on with my fucking urinary tract and my kidneys if I'm pissing blood. On your scan, yeah. And this was, dude, I don't even know why they scanned my uterus in the first place. I should have said no. But I was just like, well, maybe they'll see something that explains XYZ. Wait, so I have to wait on nephrology for the kidneys. I don't have visible blood in my urine, which is nice. It's just being picked up on urinalysis. There is a chance that like something in my uterus is still like kind of iffy, but I doubt it. The guy that did my surgery was fantastic and he was amazing and he was very thorough. Then sorry, I was listening for Steele's footsteps. I didn't know if he was coming down here or not. I don't think he knows that I'm talking on stream yet. But so I'm gonna see nephrology and urology. I think I'm definitely seeing urology before I see nephrology because I think urology is next Friday. But the issue is like, because she's like, "Well, your kidneys aren't failing, so we can't help you and we're not going to look into this further." They also refuse to do, there's a better test that you can do for the O2 stats, and it's where you get the blood from the artery. She refused to do that, which I can understand. However, if you have a patient that is concerned about O2 levels because of a panel that you ran, I really feel like you should do that test so that we can make sure that that's not my issue. Because she's like, "Well, these are the workups I would do for someone coming in with dizziness." And I was like, "It's not dizziness." I was like, "I'm on the border of losing consciousness repeatedly throughout the day." I'm getting undeported. You're getting reported. That doesn't sound as funny, though. He's coming down this way. Hang on. Anyway, he's doing something. I just keep hearing footsteps. I want to make sure because I don't think he knows I'm actually, like, the mic is unmuted. However, the problem is, though, with all of this is that she was really dismissive. She was very stern in it. She wasn't willing to run like any extra tests or anything else or like go through anything. So it's kind of just left there hanging. It took me like over an hour of like Googling and reading and like going through things on Reddit in order to like find the info where it said that that particular stat is unreliable. However, it's not uncommon for them to like double check with the other test. And it also wasn't the only marker that was off. So was the ER nurse correct? Probably. Are my O2 stats fine? Probably. However, now we'll never fucking know. I also, like, my O2 at one point did drop to like 89 here. And they were just like, well, you know, that's only 1 point off. And they're like, your blood pressure is like, it's low, but it's not critically low. It's not something we would hospitalize you for. She was just like acting like I really wanted to be hospitalized or something. I was just like, I don't care, because she's like, well, your blood pressure isn't low enough for me to give you medication for it. And I was like, I'm not looking for medication for it. I want to know why the fuck it dropped so low. Because I feel like, because she's like, you know, it's just like a slight decrease. And I was like, I feel like from 135 to 92 is a pretty fucking big difference. My blood pressure doesn't just magically fix itself overnight. Losing like 15 pounds from post-surgery also probably wouldn't drop my blood pressure this low. But the good news is that there's no blood clot, there's no anything else. However, bad news is now I have to figure out why my body won't let me drink liquid IV, why it has issues with fluid retention, so that hopefully I can either go back to drinking liquid IV, or I can start getting fluid every so often so that I'm not like on the verge of passing out every day I fucking stream. Because it's worse when I'm talking. Like I was pretty much like on the border of being fine, which is another reason why I thought the O2 thing fit, is because like it gets worse when I talk. And that really leads me to think it's like oxygenation issue and a blood flow issue, and my blood is thick. My fucking blood is thicker than it's supposed to be. It's not like alarmingly thick. And my red blood cells have skyrocketed at one point. So like, there's definitely something going on, but I don't think it's like a Dr. House moment. I think the right person just needs to see the chart and the symptoms and talk to me, and then they'll probably figure it out. Malpractice. The problem is like, I get frozen when I have to like try and defend myself or stand up for myself. Steele doesn't know enough about my medical situations or like conditions or blood work, or like I'm the one doing all the research. I'm the one gathering all the information. So like, it's hard for Steele to stand up for me, because in his head, he's like, well, I don't really know what I can do in this situation except for be a Karen. Like, that's literally what he's like down to, is like, either he be's a Karen who doesn't know anything about what they're talking about, or I try to like suck it up and do it. But the problem is like, a lot of times they just come in, they throw the information at you, and then expect you to know how to respond immediately, instead of like coming in, talking to you about it, giving you a couple of minutes to process it, and then coming back so you can have a conversation about it. I just like, the fact that all my labs are coming back normal, my O2 is fine after getting fluids, and my blood pressure, whatever. Hey, maybe it is just the POTS, but like, I don't know, dude. This just feels, I don't know if my symptoms are actually real POTS symptoms, or if it's just something else in my body that's making these symptoms happen too. Because thicker blood would mean lower blood pressure and it having difficulty getting to the rest of my body. So trying to find, yeah. I thought where I went was like a full-fledged hospital. I'm starting to realize it's probably not. Unfortunately, I don't know where the closest, like, full-fledged, like, full-blown ER is. Like, don't get me wrong, we have ambulances, we have specialists, we have access to doctors and everything else. I don't know. It seems like there's a difference between the hospitals that I've been going to here and the hospitals that I went to on the East Coast. Like, they're not set up the same. They're kind of wonky, and, like, they're a lot different. So I kind of am starting to think they're not legit, like, full-blown hospitals. So they're literally just assessing life-threatening conditions, and if you don't meet the criteria of having a life-threatening condition, they send you home because there's legitimately nothing they could do. Are you far away from a major city? No, that was the major city. Cities, dude, I live in MST. Everything here is, like, tiny as shit. Not actually helping, yeah. So I can either travel to a better hospital, or I can make an appointment with one of the, like, fancy places that I was suggested. I'm being very vague about this because location. But it definitely seems like it's just, like, I told Steel, I was like, if it gets to the point where I'm having, like, these, like, dizzy spells my entire streaming, like, I don't really have a choice but to get diagnosed with POTS. And she, like, recommends, she's like, we can send you home with, like, a heart monitor. And I was like, I already have one. And she's like, oh, really? For what? And I was like, because, like, they were supposed to diagnose me with POTS, and it turns out that they didn't actually believe it was a real condition, even though his wife has it. So they were just going to give me the monitor to see if anything else is wrong going on. And she's like, well, that would be my recommendation, is to wear the monitor. And I was like, what would the monitor even find? Like, what would it be looking for? And she's like, you know, like, variations, arrhythmia, and all that kind of stuff. I was like, I have a Fitbit. It pretty much tracks all of that shit. So I'm going to finally put the stupid monitor on this week, just to be safe. I know there's probably nothing wrong with my heart. It doesn't really seem like there's anything wrong with my heart. However, you never know. So I guess it's just worth an effort to try. But the fuck, I don't know, dude. It's looking like I'm gonna have to go to one of those better hospitals so that I can actually have people that look at me. Because if it's POTS, then I have to start getting fluids. If I want to start getting fluids, then I have to have a diagnosis of some sort to justify that to Medicare. I also need to start getting iron infusions, which is already kind of iffy with Medicare, apparently. I have the delayed gastro issue confirmed. Now we gotta find out if it's, like, gastroparesis level or not. Which I thought, like, gastroparesis was, like, something you, like, oh, you either have it or you don't, or, like, whatever. But, like, apparently it's, like, measured by, like, how much food is left in your system after a certain amount of time. What is it? My dad was more or less in the same situation. He has a Fitbit that he uses every day, and they made him use the monitor, and at the end of the result, there was literally the same. Yeah. Like, it's not guaranteed. I think we figured out the multi-streaming thing. It looks fine right now. Yeah. Oh, I just noticed my fucking game window is off. Wonder how long that's been like. Alright, that's fine. Steel's here. Everything's doing alright. So cute. Thank you. The monitor is better able to monitor the electrical conditions, right? I have no idea. Thank you for the raid. I'm not actually streaming. I'm sorry. Yeah, it hasn't buffered at all the past 30 minutes. I've been here. Nice. Long time no see. Hell yeah. I hope you're doing good. Still welcome, of course. Welcome the readers. Hell yeah. I mean, I'm talking. My model is off screen. Her hair's there, but. But it's like one of those things of like, I don't know, dude. I think I just gotta suck it up and get diagnosed. You have sick leads on yourself for it? No, it's just like a little thing that sits to your chest. But yeah, basically, like, there's a chance that this is just POTS, and I should, honestly, I don't know, dude. I feel like talking and sitting here for stream really isn't, like, it's not my typical symptoms at all. My heart rate has never, like, jumped whenever I'm sitting, so I don't know. Like, my heart rate's actually pretty fine while I'm sitting here streaming. That's the other. There's no vitals. Here's the thing. I could have developed orthostatic hypotension. That could just genuinely be what happened. I may have developed orthostatic hypotension, and I'm just kind of screwed. Like right now, it's 87. Like, that's not awful. I've had like a couple of spikes today, but it's whenever I've done activities. It's the strand of hair. I can't really put any more shelves in here, even if I wanted to. I could put one more here. Guess I can see if I can fucking afford it. And that's kind of where we're stuck at right now. That's what I get for buying 3 of everything. Unfortunately, dozens of different things all have near identical signal signs and symptoms, yeah. It would make sense, though, that I developed the orthostatic hypotension, though, because it runs with POT. Like, you get more than one POTS subcategories pretty frequently. The adhesive ones, yeah. I can't tell if the noises are delayed or what's happening on it. Speaker. Freezer. There's one. You gotta go sleep now, but I wish you a nice rest of the testing out. Thank you! Thanks for trusting me with your community and all that jazz. Shit, now I gotta find it. Not this one, but... There. I think it might be this one. Oh. This one, probably? Yeah, that one. Okay. I'm pretty sure I can get at least one right here. I might be able to get 2. Maybe. See how well it goes. But I still wonder how the fuck they get that shit up there. They need to fix the toilet paper boxes, because there's no room. Which sucks.
Yahoo!
Alright,
Yahoo!
let's try getting a second one. Just sitting there like, well, boss, I'm not doing anything until you fix it. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. This isn't like a real stream, so I'm sorry. Alright. Okay. There we go. Let's see how much that. It's a real strain to me. Shut up. This might actually be enough. No, actually, I might need one more. We'll see. Okay, so more than one can fit there, actually. Okay, there's that one. Okay, now you guys are back. But yeah, I don't know, dude. There's... You just kind of have to wait and see. The stream is real. It looks like I did lose a little of frames at some point. Oh, not from network. It was from... What's that word? Hardware. But, yeah, I don't know. I have to go to one of the fancy hospitals, I guess. And figure it out that way. I hate how they have... I wonder if I can squeeze one more shelf out of this. If I do it this way. What I get for ordering 3 boxes of everything. I feel like I can squeeze one there, but it's gonna bug me because of this. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm just I'm a little lost, a little irritated. Alright, it'll fit. However, I'm not gonna like it. Yeah, see, it's gonna fucking bulge out. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, it's still a little ahead. Oh, that sucks. So basically, I'm gonna see the specialist that I have scheduled, and then After that, depending on how those appointments go, if they can't figure it out, I guess I have no choice but to go to a fancy doctor house hospital. Because at that point, what other choice do I have? Right, can I get it? Go back.
Yahoo! Yahoo!
Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, perfect. It's perfect. Hopefully they can figure something out before, yeah. What the frick are you guys popping in when I'm fucking, like, not actually streaming? What? Thank you for the follow. I'm surprised that worked. It should. I don't know why it wouldn't have. But it did. You're literally streaming. It just happens to be a test. Ugh, shut up. I'm getting more follows without my model on the screen than I am with it on the screen. What does that say? Guys, am I ugly? Chat. Chat, am I ugly? Chat, I'm not ugly, right? Right? First mobile. I don't want to be ugly. Means you have a lovely speaking voice. Not on Women's Day. It means I'm ugly. You're not ugly? Hell yeah. Nice shorts, loser. I want to move these because he's here, but I have to wait until I actually have advanced Gooners that only show up for the model, never follow. Wasn't there someone who would go on break and leave a plank of wood in the chair? People watching that plank. I miss Rockcon. Rockcon was great. There's just gremlin in a corner. To hide in a corner. I'm so mysterious. Yeah, I don't know. Here's hoping I don't have gastroparesis though. However, I think food being in my tummy after 12 hours is probably a bad sign. You're kind of funny. Oh my god, thank you. Dude, isn't that fucking nuts? There is still food in my stomach after 12 hours. Most food is supposed to be fully digested and out of your body within like 6. I thought I 100% like bit my lip at some point during that. I kept pulling my lip out because they put a bite guard on you, and I kept like pulling my lip out of it. And then you like fall asleep for 5 to 10 minutes. They do the scan, they come out, and like you're fine. Apparently, at some point, my lip got back under the bite guard in my tooth, so like I didn't necessarily bite my tongue. I didn't necessarily bite the inner part of my mouth, but my tooth was sitting on it for long enough to make a wound. I don't think 12 is impressive, Nate. I don't think that's the word we should be going for. No, because I had like Taco Bell at like 11 p.m. And then I was like fully sedated and scoped. And it said there was a moderate amount of food left, so it might actually just be full-blown gastroparesis, but you should be proud it's a high score. And that medical dick measuring contest, I guess I win. No, I was gonna use Restream, right? But if I use Restream, I can't have music on stream. So this is my only option. I don't think I'll be able to like stream to like more than 2 channels at once, but Taco Bell's not real food. Fuck you. I love Taco Bell. Taco Bell's great. But yeah, gastroparesis is like 40% of your food left after more than 40% of your food left in your stomach after 2 hours, and then 90% of food left after 4 hours. So I don't know how they measure this shit, dude. It's weird, but basically I have to eat radioactive material and then they scan me to find out if it's actually gastroparesis or not. And they redo it once it didn't qualify as me. So yeah, beat him up. Oh, they tried to steal toilet paper. What is this, 2020? After you eat the radiation, what superpower do you get? None, unfortunately. Maybe 10 or more hours after you eat, but it doesn't happen in a good while. Yeah, it's not TMI. I don't care. Yeah, that's pretty much what has been going on with me. Whenever I throw up, there's still food in my stomach. Mama Bat said that she had food left in her stomach like next day when she was growing up. She said it doesn't really happen anymore. Sometimes it can be like an obstruction. Sometimes it can be like medications. But I'm only on Adderall. And it could be the THC that I have to take every day, but that wouldn't make me have slow digestion for the entire day, from what I understand. There's not a lot of research into like THC and gastro issues. But you eat like, there's a couple of different ways they can test it, but depending on how, they could also just be like, hey, you still had food in your stomach, like this amount of food in your stomach after X amount of hours. They can technically just diagnose it. However, I think they have to do the test to confirm it. But it is highly likely that I have gastroparesis. However, Steele remembers something about like a doctor saying typically with gastroparesis they have XYZ symptoms, and I don't have those symptoms. However, nothing about me is normal. Pretty sure I have chronic gastritis, so it could just be that. Yeah, I'm hoping we figure something out with the biopsies they took. It sucks that I won't find out for 2 to 3 weeks though. But I'm eating smaller meals. I'm drinking coffee on a daily basis because that helps things like in my stomach not stick around as long. I'm kind of just going back and forth like that. Oh, I think I'm late. Am I late? Oh no, I'm not. I have 30 minutes though. Okay. I'm supposed to do something tonight. I have like 30-ish. But yeah, it's a mess. A lot of doctors think I have multiple issues going on at the same time, which technically, yes. But I don't think it's some weird thing. I guess we shall see. Or not. I could just give it. I don't know, dude. This last ER visit actually had me crying and like being like, I'm just give up. What's the point? I'll just fucking die. It's just, this is like the second visit that's made me never want to go back to the ER again. This is like the second one because I flip-flop between two different ERs and I'm scared of going to one of them because I'm afraid they think I'm drug seeking now because of how many times I had to go, plus like whenever they gave me the epi, it made my legs do that weird thing, which is actually a pretty like known symptom of steroids and epi together. And he kept going back and forth asking the doctor for drugs, and I was like, I don't want drugs. Stop. I don't. He's like, well, what do you need then? Like, I was like, just for the shit to stop. Like, maybe if we just wait it out. I don't know, but I couldn't say more than like a couple of words. So yeah, I'm like scared to go back to that one, unless it's been like X amount of months. And then with this one, it just really seems like, I don't know, dude. I thought I was having the urgent care sent me to the ER, and they were like, you really need to get checked out. Oh, one, I'm not having sex, and two, my tubes are gone. So dude, I've had 2 places now give me a fucking pregnancy test when my tubes are gone. I have to go through the kind of bullshit. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's one of those things. And dude, the rash on my face just really looks like a lupus rash. I'm just, I really need to go to rheumatology at some point. I'm just like, dude, I don't want lupus. Nobody wants lupus, but. Way to read the page. No, I told them verbally. I was like, I don't have my tubes, and they still gave me a fucking pregnancy test. I don't. The last time that I went to the ER when I could like barely walk, and I was like having verbal pain reactions or like vocal pain reactions, like they gave me a pregnancy test then too, and I kept telling them I was like, not fucking pregnant. Nice superpower. How you doing? Yeah. You know what I realized though? It's actually really not that hard for your friends to help you get Twitch partner. If someone with enough of a viewership raids you 8 times a month and your stream average is over the 75 viewers for those 8 times, you just get Twitch partner. Could have had a reason to do it anyways. No, they always fucking do it because they don't trust people. 11 products are considered expensive. Ooh. Sushi, potatoes, and the keg. There's literally, yeah, there's no reason for them to do. Like, there's legitimately no reason for them to do it. For my endoscopy, I just signed a waiver, and I think that's honestly the better option. I feel like I don't consent to pregnancy tests, and I'll sign for it. Don't give us our cops back. That's your fault for going into Ginger's chat. That's not my fault. Maybe I should make like a Maybe I should make some sort of a command at some point. It's like, Estrella has stolen this many cocks. Fine. Even though I don't use it. Sounds like victim blaming. Oh, it 100% is. I can't believe I squeezed that many storage racks in here when I just thought I didn't have any room left. Although all that milk is part of my fucking problem. But you also need like so many racks in order to upgrade the storage area, which is kind of stupid. I guess some women will lie about it, but even if they don't believe her, they should be able to see that the tubes got taken out for chart if they bothered to look. Yeah. So it's just like one of those things though, where I'm just like, I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm still somewhat hopeful that like we'll figure some stuff out. And like I genuinely have no choice but to go to nephrology and urology to figure out whatever the hell is going on with my kidneys and whatever else I have going. I think I was there the day you stole cots. It doesn't matter if you've been in Ginger Chat since then. There must be something in the water. There must be something about your daughter. She said her love ain't nothing but a monster. Her love ain't nothing but a monster with two hands. Ow, ow. Watch people just be like, I stopped coming to Ginger Stream because Estrella said she was gonna steal my cock. And then it would just be like, great, I ruined my friend's streaming career. God, that would fucking suck, dude. Oh, actually, I need to message that artist about the merch. Because here's the thing, like, Fourth Wall says you have to have a specific measurement for the desk mat. And I kind of want to get a desk mat with whatever art we get, because I think it'd be cool, it'd be nice. Be fucking sick, dude. But anytime I, like, tried to resize an image, I tried to use my starting soon screen art as the desk mat art, and I think I tried to resize it like 10 separate times, and it still just would not fit properly. So I don't know. I kind of want to just like do a test mat and see what it looks like, but I also don't want to waste the money on it. And the person that came in when Eden rated you, and they were like, we rated into the cock stealer? Yeah. It was like Merc Gamer or Merker's Games or something like that. Dude, I love Eden's chat. I feel like we'd vibe really well. She's just the right amount of cursed. She's a sweetheart. I chit chat with her. I joke that we're pen pals because we end up sending messages back and forth and it takes like days in between. I want to play Repo, and I was going to be like, well, I can invite Ginger, maybe Eden. And I don't know if anyone else would really... I don't know who else to ask. Probably Heart. So that's 4 people. I feel like it's probably good to have like 1 or 2 more people, but I don't know. I try to like think about who would vibe well together. I know Ginger and Eden would vibe well together. I feel like Heart would vibe really well with them. Like, I'm just trying to figure out if I want to invite like anybody else. I try to be like more accommodating with my collabing invite. Like, I try to think like who works well together, who would probably have like similar humor, you know. What's the next bit? I think it's 6. I'm like slowly chatting to a couple of other people, but like it takes a while before you get to a point where you can feel comfortable like asking somebody to collab with you and they'll actually say yes. So I'm kind of just waiting. I come from Bishojo. If it was off stream, Birdie might. Oh, I feel like Birdie would mesh really well with Eden and Ginger, actually. I feel like that would mesh too well. I feel like Birdie and Eden would fucking crush it together, honestly. They're all in that similar line of like cursed, but not like in the way that some people are cursed. I really see well with those two. I know, right? Could be like an off-stream collab for her too, because collabs are hard for a lot of people, especially when there's more than one person. Because then you gotta like balance chat and the others. Hers was sweet, yeah, yeah. That might be too dangerous. Especially as, yeah, the time zones and the scheduling can be difficult. That's why when everybody's like, what day and time? I'm like, whenever you guys want to. I'm not picky. I feel like that's a good group, though. I can try to make it happen. Well, Birdie and Eden... No, that's still the time zones and scheduling. I think that actually still works out, because Birdie and Eden overlap a little bit. Ginger is pretty much fine whenever. I'm fine whenever. If Heart has issues with the scheduling, that would probably be the only one. But I feel like everybody would probably be willing to like bump it up so that Heart could join. I don't know. I didn't figure it out, but that sounds like a good group. Sounds like a fucking hilarious group of people together, honestly. Like, why would I be there? I would just probably be quiet and not say anything super entertaining. They'd be the ones carrying the stream. Saying just in general, but it should be pretty easy in that group. Oh yeah, I know you meant in general, but the more I thought about it, I was like, the only person that would probably have to be careful with is Heart's schedule, but I feel like we can make it work. Nah, they'd fucking crush it though. I'm just here enjoying organizer privilege. Speaking of time zones, the daylight savings thing in the US tomorrow. I have to adjust to that. I still haven't figured out. Not sure if she can do earlier. She has before, hasn't she? Like for collabs, like off-stream collabs, I think she has. I don't know. It's up to her. I'd have to discuss it. I'm not gonna make assumptions. Yeah, I haven't. Well, because like my whole like thing with that is like EU gang would be able to spend more time here if I don't change my stream time and I keep it as noon. Then at least like EU would get extra time here, but I don't know. I don't know about the people in the States. I need to put up a poll for that. Because like the thing is always balancing EU and US viewers. So it's one of those things where like I don't think I should change it. I think I should stick with noon. But I don't know. Some people don't change their streaming time. Some people do. Like I know the US will still be able to catch the stream at noon. Because that's, you know, noon is going to be noon. You know what? That's probably fair, actually. No, that's fair. Okay. I don't have to change it. That's fair. I'll run one more day and then I'll get off here. Because I think we pretty much have established that this is fine. Oh, you know what? I didn't fucking do it. I didn't order anything that was out though. Here's hoping nothing's out. Shit, I didn't think about this. I didn't think about it. Dumb. I'm a dumbass. I do have to go through my prices again at some point. I wish they'd make that fucking easier. Like, maybe highlight things that it thinks are too expensive. I don't know. There we go. That's fine. Yeah. Cool. That works. Run one more day, go piss, grab whatever. Oh, at least I can drink alcohol now. Getting off that stream. But cheese would be nice. I mean, that's there. There's like, there's this. However, it's really hard for me to see. Maybe if I sort it by profit, that might help. But yeah, either way. Oh, that would have been helpful, actually. I never thought you could sort it that way. It would have been way easier. I have to sit down off stream and go through this shit at some point. Those numbers are, yeah, and plus, like, it's too similar over here. The white and the blue are too close. This I can read. This I can fucking read. But this shit I can't. I don't know why this is a different color. It is what it is. You could want it, or you can be it. I'm not your man. Yeah, no network drops at all. Fucking sweet, dude. Nice. I think rendering is GPU, so that makes sense. Alright, that works. Alright, so now this is a... I hate to be this way. The only reason I'm like this with games like Helldivers and stuff is because, like, it pisses me off that people care so much about one issue, but the second it comes to disability or accessibility settings, they don't give a shit. So people are all ready to hop on the bandwagon of, like, canceling Helldivers because, like, certain people couldn't play it or you had to link your PlayStation account to play it. But the second all of that gets resolved, nobody gives a shit. However, it's like one of the few, like, big games that doesn't even have a colorblind setting. Like, they care so little about accessibility settings that they didn't even have the bare minimum in it. That's what pisses me off. If a game doesn't have an accessibility setting, I will judge them, and I might still play it if I can, try to give feedback if I can, move on. But that one in particular pisses me off because typically people only care about things that affect them directly. people in other countries not playing the game doesn't affect them directly. But now that all of that shit's fixed, after several months, mind you, now that all that shit's fixed, Helldivers is all of a sudden wonderful and great again. Even though they made the conscious choice not to fucking put a colorblind setting or anything in there for accessibility, mind you. The only reason I use the colorblind setting as an example is because it's like the bare fucking minimum. It's the least you could do. It's the fucking least you could do is to add the colorblindness setting. You're too niche. Dude. Taste my moment. I don't know. That one pisses me off. Like that, I don't talk about it much because like I have people in my life that still choose to play and enjoy the game, and I just don't engage on it. Thank you for the raid. I hope you guys had a good stream. We're mostly just running like a bandwidth test. We're getting ready to end it soon. Because multi-streaming you can't run a bandwidth test on without actually streaming. So I'm just here. Thank you for trusting me with your community. If you need raid to run, please feel free to do so. If you stick around to see whoever I raid you guys out to, then that's appreciated too. So either way, hope you had a lovely day. And I think if some guy wasn't an asshole, I wouldn't be on mic right now. How's it going over here? It's going great. Even if your friend played the game, they have the right to complain about it if something is wrong. Yeah, I don't like calling out the fact that, like, I have people that still support the game. Even though it's something that affects me directly. I would have loved to have actually tried to play the game. I was interested. It looked fun. Hey, what did I miss? There was a guy that came in here and was like, blind? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Disabled? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And then I was a cunt to him, and chat supported me. I didn't think it was actually going to be that bad. I'm going to be honest. I didn't think it was going to be that bad until I sent in the general chat that I was about to be a cunt. I did not think the interaction was going to go that horribly. Yeah, this one was worse though, because he literally tried to mansplain what blindness meant to me. That's when I was like, oh. People keep telling me I'm too nice about those situations, but like they don't insult me. I don't know. It just feels, I don't like being a cunt, even though I exude cunt energy. I got big cunt energy. I'll grab some popcorn and watch the VOD. I don't even know how you can tell when I started talking to him. I think it was... I don't know, I was still playing the game. As a side note, my orange cat is sleeping while in That's some orange cat shit, dude. Sometimes being a cat is the objectively correct decision. That's fair. Oh, that was from a... yeah. Yeah, haha. Your name is, like, similar length to Nate's, so I had to, like, get close enough to read it. Alright. Gonna clean this day. We are going to... we're gonna pay our bills and then we're gonna end and save. This is kind of the problem with playing this game, like, as an AFK game, quote unquote. I forget to pay my bills. Oh, I'm gonna be broke. Oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, actually. Okay. Guys? Hey. There's a box. Can you grab... Okay. Take the box! Bitch. Pineapple, there's no safe word here. I didn't realize I need a grocery store ASMR. This is, you know, this isn't a bad ASMR game. Alright, I'm gonna save and get off. I have plans. I was invited to an off stream thing, so we're gonna do that. I'll just trade you guys into Ginger. Half of you guys are in both streams anyway. Feel like have fun? Hell yeah. Wasteland King. I love that pink color from Twitch, honestly. It looks so nice. Have a good one. Yep, noon MST tomorrow. Noon MST, if you please. I'll be posting the schedule later tonight, hopefully. I spelled that right. Oh, hey, potatoes. Yeah, alright, that's great. Can we wait? Wait. Can someone get me that message that guy posted being about like, bro, blindness is blank? Can we can we use it as a read message? Yeah, I think it's been funny. Because it's Ginger, she'll get it. Alright, hang on. Put quotes around it. Yeah, singular. I was gonna put. I thought it was okay. There we go. She'll totally. That's why I want everyone, as many people as possible, to copy paste it, so that way she fucking reads it. Thank you. Don't worry if you're scared going in there as a first time chatter. Don't worry. She's my wife. She's great. She's a sweetheart. She understands. I think it works best with the facepalm. That's fair. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out for a bit.